I'm Lorraine Street, and I've been attending since June of 1978. Well, my late husband, Bob, and I were looking for a church, and so he said one Sunday night, let's just run over to the Tab, as we used to call Christ Community Church. And so we went over and met Peter and Edwina, and we never left. We sang in the choir. Well, Bob sang, and I sort of sang, but we sang in the choir. In 1983, we were part of the youth council, and then we went on to be youth sponsors, and I did that. After Bob passed away, I continued, and so I did that for about 15 years probably. I also have volunteered a lot in the kitchen, helping Twee, and now I currently serve in Stephen Ministry and also in the guest services team in the Octagon. I love to interact with people, and so that's always part of volunteering. I feel like it's obedience to Christ. I think He wants us to serve. I feel like it's one of my spiritual gifts is serving. Well, I think first of all, in some of those ministries early on, I really learned about servanthood and being able to serve. I mean, it was so great serving in the high school ministry. I had lots of good years there and impacting the kids and me growing in relationships with them as they would confide in me and talk to me. Stephen Ministry probably has caused me the most growth, and that's because it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, or it was when we started. 3 of us went in the spring of 2009 to leadership training, and then we came back to start Stephen Ministry here, so there was a lot of work involved in that. Just learning to care for people. We work as a leadership team, we work with the Stephen ministers who then work with care receivers. But just understanding things I've been through in my life to relate, but also just learning that people are really hurting. And it's a wonderful ministry to help those hurting people. Well, I would like to think that serving in the youth ministry all those years and all the students that I interacted with, that I've impacted them, and I would like to think that I've encouraged somebody through Stephen Ministry that would impact their lives and in some cases turn their lives around. And all of that has a kingdom impact. Everybody we can get to serve more is impacting the kingdom. So the church this big, you have to break it down. So you either get involved in some adult ministries if you want to not serve right away, but get acquainted with some people, and then start to serve whatever area. And maybe you're not an upfront person, but you want to serve. But there's lots of, quote, behind the scenes jobs you can do. And every one of those that you do, you get connected with somebody, whether it's working in the kitchen, whether it's serving in children's ministry, you build your team of people that you get connected with. And I think it's essential in a big church to break it down like that. I find joy in serving because you know that you're impacting somebody's life. And that gives me joy just to interact with people. It's just satisfying and it just gives me joy. My mission statement in life is that when I pass away, that God will say to me, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." And so I hope I've served Him well.